Wish I could have y'all vote about what I do, but let's just see what's going on.
I don't want to do any of that. Oh, those are my PJs that need a new waistband. That's like, got 10 minutes left. And this is a finished project. Well, I'll just do that too. This you may recognize from a sweatshirt I made. Love it. Favoritist most sweater that I shrank. Went and bought another one. Shrank it too. Went back the next year. Managed to find the same sweater. Shrank that one too. At some point, if not today, I'm gonna see about cutting them apart, piecing them back together, making one awesome sweater. I don't know. Oh, boots that need a new zipper. Nope. I need to make something, anything to wear with this skirt. So here's a perfectly good skirt and some fabric I found. I love this shirt. Why is this in here? I think it's because I like the cuffs rolled up and they never stay, so I need to figure out how to fix that. Well, how do I even decide? I don't know if this is just the overwhelm, but
Here's an interesting one. This is actually a skirt that I found at a thrift store that I turned into a pair of drop crotch pants. Favorite thing for me to wear all the time. Love it. It's super comfortable. I like the pattern. But it got caught in the lint filter, corner of the filter of my dryer, and like ripped a hole clean out of the inner leg. So because I had such a nerd, because I had made this into a pair of pants from a skirt, I had some fabric that I cut away, which meant that I have fabric of the same pattern left over that I can use to try to patch that. So maybe we'll give that a shot today, because I will be super stoked to be able to wear these pants again. See? Told you. Good thing I kept that. That's better. How are we gonna make this work? It's a very stretchy fabric. I need to figure out how not to distort it too much. I have the actual piece that came out because I saved it, which, if you look at it, now appears ridiculously small for a hole that size, but apparently that's what happened. So one approach would be trying to just take that same replacement fabric, and this is, I can hardly even believe it. The other thing I could do is just take a whole new piece of the fabric that kind of makes sense for that area. Now obviously I don't really know what the best result is going to be until I try something, but it's kind of how all these projects are. I think I've decided to go with the approach of taking a new piece of this fabric and bringing it up from the back and then sewing it. And I think because the pattern has kind of got a lot going on anyways, and it will be on the inside of my leg, I don't think it'll be very noticeable, so I'm not going to spend too much time and effort picking the ideal piece to go under there.
I needed a patch the size of the hole plus an extra centimeter all the way around so I would have enough overlap to place all my pins. And I've put a thin layer of cardboard inside the pant leg to help stabilize the fabric while I'm working on it. This also prevents the pins from going down into the other layer of fabric underneath.
So now I've got my fabric in there and I've placed all my pins. I had a little piece that I cut away because I think it was stretched and distorted, so it made more sense for me to make sort of a cleaner circle. And when I placed the pins, you may have noticed I did opposites and then filled in between. And that's the same technique we use in jewelry making when we're setting a stone and we need to fold little bits of metal up around a stone, and when we don't want it to get wrinkled or distorted, we use that exact same procedure where we take an opposite point and then opposite points and then bring it all together. I have at least one video that includes some stone setting. It's a turquoise and sterling silver ring that I made, so I'm going to link that. You can check it out if you're interested in how jewelry is made. Want to know my handy trick for keeping my pins in my container? Put a rare earth magnet in there.
I've chosen black thread because I just want it to blend into my fabric. I'm not looking to have the stitching be a feature of this piece. And I'm doing a very simple running stitch all the way around the perimeter of that hole as my first approach to connecting the 2 layers of fabric and keeping the patch in place. Once that is done, I'm making some stitches directly from the patch into the edge of the hole so that that opening stays flush and the fabric doesn't come up away from that patch. I'll do that all the way around from the top side, and when that is complete, I can just tie my string off at the back of the pants, and then I'm going to turn them inside out, cut away some of that extra overlapping fabric that helped keep the pins in place but is now no longer necessary. Now from the back side, I'm going to repeat the process I did on the front side where I'm stitching down the edges. So I'm getting the edges of the patch fully connected to the fabric of the pant leg, so it's not sort of like flapping up. And so now I have 3 different sets of stitching I've done, and that really feels like it's securely got the patch in place. And then I can just tie my thread off to finish up.
I'm going to put them on and see how it worked out. I think that worked out pretty well.
Oh, snap. Look, a ready-made pocket I could put on something. Roll up your sleeves and get to work. The benefit of this setup, where I'm trying to let you see at least part of my face and the project I'm working on, has the fortunate advantage of getting rid of at least half of my humongous forehead. To preserve as much of that fabric in case I want it for something else. Oh my god, I'm such a dork. Oh, it's gonna be awful with this shirt. They are now hole free.